Good evening. This is Josh Castle, the Dungeon Master. Welcome to our game as we adventure into the land of Mallarend, or the normal races of D&D have not tread for generations, a place of mysterious origin, inhabited by a beast folk, who are as varied and numerous as the animals they resemble. This story is about a group of these people. We join them as they find their path in the chaos of war, as predators collide for survival and conquest. Will our heroes become another meal or casualties of war, or will they answer the call of the Beastlands? Remember to follow us on social media and Discord, as well as YouTube. Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Okay. Where we last left off, we were discussing with the remnants of newbs-luck about what we'd do moving forward. If the town could be saved, if any of the kidnapped residents could be recovered, and slowly realizing that nothing could be done for this town and for its people. Deciding to ultimately move on and try and put this tragedy behind them. The survivors of the town had started to collect their belongings and form a caravan to travel towards the nearest Ursa city. The group, after much discussion and realizing what really was down in the ruins of Noob's Luck, thought very hard about where they should move on and even if they should stay together. Ultimately, they decided to push on with the survivors of Noob's Luck also traveling to the nearest Ursa city in search of work and possibly help to go back down into the remnants of Noob's Luck underground burial site in order to recover possible artifacts or scales that the Copper Dragon had left so long ago.
Sounds good.
Last session was a short one.
Yeah, the events leading up to that already having been.
But also surprise, that's what our plan is.
Well, cool. So wait, you are going underground, or you're not going underground?
No, we're
we
going
are,
with the
we're going to go look for more
travelers.
work and
Cool.
traveling along with the survivors.
Yeah. So, they all pack up what goods that they can. There are a couple of um, still living beetles. The what did we say? Not Hercules, but the rhinoceros beetles.
Yeah.
That they use for livestock, and they hitch up some wide wagons to them and load it up with whatever they can, personal possessions, rations, and some tools. And you head out with a troop of what ends up being close to 75, mostly women and children, some young youth, male rabbits as well, along with the Ranger Bowser. And actually, that about sums it up as for this caravan that is created. Is there any preparations that anyone would like to do? Polly, you would have just been returning to the town and seeing all this. Your grandmother was teaching you some tricks and tools um, as per your class during our last session, and you were in the swamp.
Okay, so do I join the rest of the caravan or group?
Well, you come up walking up onto the scene as they're all like forming up this caravan and getting ready to push everyone out of town.
Okay, I would like to travel with them. So I would prep like rations and water supplies while I'm in town.
Yes. So I wanted to bring up one thing for your character in particular. Is the absolute shock on people's faces when they first see your Steel Guardian, and a little bit deeper that no one's seen this kind of technology. And you were raised, by your grandmother who taught you all these things and fostered your inquisitive mind, and it only now starts to occur to you, where did Nan come up with all this stuff?
In her rule book, in rule number 17, it says, "Don't question Grandma."
Indeed. Rule number 17, don't question Grandma. Okay. So yeah, you come upon the caravan, and you see that the troop of adventurers that you were traveling with is packing up their gear and getting preparations. Is there any special preparations anyone wants to do, by the way?
I immediately go to Polly, just walk up to her and go, I see some identification, please. Some strange folk around here.
You're absolutely right, honey. You are very strange. Here's my ID.
Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, strange one. Goodbye.
What did you show him?
Grandma's rule book.
Oh.
Don't question Grandma.
So it's right there. It's like, oh, that's a pretty good rule.
I can't question it. Nope. I'll die.
Okay. Yeah. So you folks have never traveled out that way, in particular. Lesk, you actually came from that way, but you didn't pass through any bearfolk towns or villages. You were on the mountains for the most part. So none of you are really sure how long this journey is going to take, but you know that, as always, traveling in the Beastlands is a dangerous prospect on the best of days. Large, oversized predators, some malicious monsters, and bandits of various races, clans of humanoids that are less than reputable. So there's 3 wagons pulled by a beetle, and it's loading up with gear, and on top of that is sitting like, I'm envisioning kind of like a Beverly Hillbillies kind of setup, where it's really just like stacked tall as hell on these wagons, and then there's like little kid bunnies just hanging from it left and right, and as it's swaying down the path. You know what I mean? So they're like fully laden. There's not really anywhere to sit. Most of you guys will be walking, unless you have a mount, which I don't think anyone does. Although Alagos can fly somewhat.
I'll ride on Duck.
It's so heavy.
But my question is, where among the train does everyone move? Do you guys travel in a group amongst yourselves to the side? Are you taking up positions of defense? We'll start with Alagos, since he's my first portrait on my screen. Where among the caravan do you fit in for the travel purposes?
I guess I'll just sit on top of it, just kind of right in the middle. That way I kind of can survey and be as close as I can to any side.
Using your power over the wind to kind of balance you on top of these highly stacked and swaying mounds of supplies. Very well. What about Dirk?
Basically, in our goblin subconsciousness, usually I'll be looking at Dirtle. It's more of a survival thing, but wherever Dirtle's going to be looking, I'm basically going to be looking the other direction. Mostly it's going to be wherever Dirtle's not looking. So if he's protecting the front, I'm protecting the back. If I'm protecting the back, he's protecting the front. Vice versa.
Okay, so I guess Dirtle, you taking the front or the back?
I guess we're taking the middle.
That's difficult as always.
I'll be in the back.
All right, Dirtle taking up the rear.
But
Lesk.
I'm on the right side of the pack. I can't
Okay.
I'll be on the left side then.
Just the opposite of wherever. Okay. You guys are running perimeter guard. Gotcha. Lesk, what about you?
I'd like to be closer towards the front of the pack.
Okay. So like walking next to the first wagon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Polly, what about you?
The wrong button.
For sure.
I hope you're recording.
That was recording.
Awesome.
We catch everything, Polly.
And fucking tastic. Thank God. Polly would like to sleep underneath the caravan. Honey badgers in specific can climb into trees, so I want to support myself using the support beams underneath the wagon, not the wheel bearings.
Oh, yeah, there was a thing. They were splitting up magical items at the end of the last session. Lesk, do you want to do that real quick with him?
Do you want me to go into a different chat real quick?
Not necessary. If you just like.
Okay. So there were some specific items that would be really great for you. First off, you get 600 gold. As well as these bracelets called Digger's Aid. And they allow for digging through solid stone.
Okay, cool. Called Digger's Aid.
Yes, Digger's Aid.
Yep. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that now the restriction on digging that you were encountering is lifted as long as you have those attuned.
Okay, I am putting those in my notes now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. But that was your sleeping arrangement. Where are you traveling during the day? Where along the caravan are you generally found?
Underneath.
Like, oh, that's right, because you can burrow as fast as you can walk.
No,
Good
I'm
stuff.
going to be laying underneath the caravan. So caravans, the way that they were structurally built, they had 3 support beams in the center and 1 on each end supporting the wheels. I will be laying across the 3 in the center underneath the caravan.
Gotcha. I love the descriptive nature of that one. So you weren't really seen at all for the most part.
No.
Let it be known that you have company down there, as it is also a popular spot for young rabbit folk to hitch a ride to rest their weary thumper feet. Thank you. Toady, what about you?
I'll go up towards the front with Lesk.
Very well. So right now we're talking the first day of travel. It would be mid-morning by the time the caravan rolls out of newbs-luck traveling to the west. And there is a road. There aren't that many roads in this region, but newbs-luck was a popular tourist destination and waypoint as the bathhouse and like large travelers arrangements and such. So there is a road traveling that way.
I also have my spell called a Roggenwolf, which is a ritual spell. If we ever do get lost or lose our way, something like big.
Nature to help. All right. Well, it's good to know.
I also want to just point out I'll be attuning to my gear.
That should be done just over like an hour's short rest. It all should be good to go by now.
I think every 2 or 3 days, I'll probably just in the morning use that spell in order to ask what we might encounter on the path ahead, things like that. It only lasts an hour, so after talking and it explaining what we might encounter, I would just dismiss it.
Okay. Gonna use that on the first day?
Mm-hmm. To make sure there's nothing like the creatures or those weird insects out on the path and immediately in front of us.
Yeah, so
I find that
highly offensive.
what?
I'm
Those strange
Those
sorry,
strange
I didn't.
bugs ahead of them.
I didn't mean it like that. It's just I'm not familiar with your kind.
Casual racism. Yes, I love it. So, this spell takes how long to cast? An action, huh?
Yes. Well, no, they're actually, yeah, it is just casting time and action. I thought it was an hour. No, it lasts for an hour.
Yeah, the thing is, it may take some time to get to you. But you
Mhm.
call a Roggen Wolf, and at first nothing happens, and you're like, it's the first time I've used this. Did I do it right? But you can feel that the spell is holding. So you wait, and the caravan is moving, and like 15 minutes go by, and then a white blur bursts from the tree line and starts rushing the caravan from the right side.
I don't think I've ever seen a Roggen Wolf. So I'm just gonna move in position to get in front of its path.
Yeah, so it stops about 10 feet away from you suddenly, and it looks pretty terrifying. It's not a wolf or a dire wolf. This thing is muscled completely differently, and you can see the glimmer of intelligence and maliciousness in its eyes, and it is looking at you as if you would make a quite excellent snack. And he stares you down.
I go to fetch one of the rations, um, specifically meat, um, in order to try and communicate with him, and I toss it in front of him, um, like 5 feet away.
You see his eyes follow it to the ground, but it makes no movement towards it. And it looks back at you. And it says, "That's dead."
You want something live?
He says, "I want something that thinks. Stupid prey is not nearly as succulent as the sentience of the two-legged. What do you want? Why am I here? Your spell binds me. Ask your question."
I need to know what might we face upon the path further ahead. Any predators, obstacles.
Says, beware the rock. The size of your caravan will draw it. Beware the spiders. They live in the trees. And beware the dragonoid, small and hunched, but clever.
Dragonoid? Does it have some sort of territory up ahead?
There is a cave system that they come out of. I do not go there. I will snatch one from the forest every once in a while. Their terror is delicious.
Well, I'll be sure to keep that in mind. And I end the spell,
Okay. You
making
see him
sure.
sniffing around and eyeing the group, and he runs off.
Guess I should be careful with that spell.
Yeah, this creature has the facial features of like a white dire wolf, but the musculature of a bear. It's a medium-sized creature, but it is just like a jacked up, intelligent wolf.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure to watch out, kind of the direction it ran away or ran off.
Yeah, because he's in the area.
Yep.
So. Okay.
So did we all
So did
hear
we
that?
hear
Or was
that,
it just him?
or was it just him?
I mean, it was pretty open.
Okay, we'll hear
Okay,
exactly
well,
where to climb
just
and start
climb
jumping.
and start
Well,
jumping. Well,
when the
when
caravan
the
moves, I like to
caravan
jump
moves, I like
between
to.
the trees.
Very well. You were gonna say something, Tage?
From the description of the spell, it says that that it can verbally communicate with you for the duration. So I don't know if it can actually talk or if magically we can communicate.
You magically gave it the ability to communicate.
Okay.
So immediately, Toady the mantis jumps up into the trees and starts bounding from one giant branch to another. Does anyone else have any input?
Mentioned a rock. I don't know if I would know what that is.
I don't know. Would you? Yeah, actually.
Uh,
They're pretty plentiful.
Okay then.
This isn't Faerun. They actually thrive here. There's plenty of giant prey to eat. So,
I guess if we were to form a plan to defend ourselves from them, obviously watching out for it and pulling off to the side into the trees or grove would be the best idea, but if we knew one was around, we could potentially split the caravan up, make us a little bit less noticeable, travel slightly farther apart. I don't know. Make us seem like a little bit of a not quite as big grouping. Travel,
up the caravan?
Huh?
Spread out the caravan?
Yeah, not far enough that it's like we're a day behind, but far enough that we're not one big grouping, easily seen. Might work. As for the dragonoids, we'll have to deal with them when we see them.
Yeah, for sure. So, Toady, give me a perception check. 8. You hit a net of fine silks as you jump to a branch about 20 more minutes into the travel. It starts wrapping you up and is sticky.
Can I use my sight against it?
You can try. Hold on a second and let me pull this up. You have disadvantage on an attack against it. Actually, no, you're restrained. You can try and stop yourself from, you can try and break out of it to make an attack. So go ahead and give me a strength check or an athletics. Just a strength check. What'd you get?
With disadvantage, 19.
That is good. You managed to pry free your arms. Your legs are, just about ready to be out. You can make an attack against the web, or you can just break free of it.
How do I break free of it?
I mean, just tell me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get
my legs out. I'm just gonna use my scythe hands to
Right, yeah.
cut the rest of it away from my legs and
Yeah, for sure.
tell the party, hey guys, I think I found the spiders.
Yeah. You can now see these strands. Probably like dime-sized silk strands, almost transparent, and they are crisscrossing all around up here. And this seems to be the edge of a territory.
So I'm gonna go back down.
So I'm gonna go back down to the ground. That obviously can't be jumping through all that.
So yeah, Toady drops to the ground with little shreds of silk still sticking to various body parts.
If we break the caravan into parts, because it would just be me and Lesk up at the front then.
That's what I was wondering myself, because like different characters.
Breaking the caravan up into like separated sections, I was thinking more if we were to find a rock and just like
scatter.
Pretty much, just like immediately, the middle section stays where it is, the front books it forward, and the back just kind of like backs it up, and then we try and get under cover, separate ourselves out, and then if the danger passes, we just kind of travel like that for a little bit, and then regroup when we think it's gone.
All right, then, yeah, the full party's present, so. But the younger Hair, Hair Junior, says, "Well, so how big a spiders are we talking about? I've never left the village. None of us really have." He looks kind of nervous. He says, "We've had spiders back at home. I don't really like them. They're hairy. They're got fangs, poisonous. They just wig me out. So how big are we talking?"
Judging by the thickness of the web left on Toadier, you should hide. Or help, whichever your choice.
What's the
You see him get visibly more shaken and starts vibrating in the way that, a prey animal does when it's scared.
That's a bit mean.
You see that kind of spread throughout the immediate vicinity of the rabbit folk traveling with you, and a bunch of murmuring start. You hear that? There's predators nearby.
Then they will most likely not be eaten because they will already be on the defensive in order to avoid the spiders. It's our safest bet to keep the people safe that we're traveling with. They aren't prepared for battle. We are.
He's freaking weird.
I was just gonna say, you ever seen a big dragon? Yeah, they're bigger than that.
I've seen a dragon.
I'd be terrified. Dragon you ever saw?
Might want to run
away. He was super nice.
Sorry.
Gave me a coupon.
Oh my.
Got free fish that night.
You've also been, attacked by a dragon, but that's,
No, that's a wyvern. There's a difference.
It didn't have any eyes.
Wait, you fought a blind wyvern?
It was terrifying. Arrows did nothing against it.
Yep. But running sure did.
Somehow Dirtle and I found like a whole bunch of dead people, and we're not sure how.
Oh yeah, did you tell anybody about that?
Oh, I don't think we did. I think the last thing I said was, "Happy birthday, voice in the sky."
We didn't tell anybody about that.
I told everybody that there was a wyvern after you guys, but you guys never told us what happened.
Oh yeah. You might want to do that. Some kind of massive battle. It was not caused by us, but there were. I look around me and I see little rabbits staring at me as I'm talking. I say, "Run along, little one. You don't want to hear this."
What was it? What did you see in the woods? And then some of the adult rabbits shush them and start ushering them off.
Dirk immediately goes, "We saw a dead body."
Oh my gosh! It was dead rabbits.
You
dead
see
rabbits
these huge eyes of young rabbit folk, like dinner plates. Like what?
Like we saw this little dead girl rabbit, and I think you played with her.
Oh yeah, shushing along the rabbit folk getting much for now.
But there was a massive battle or ambush. We can't tell, but it wasn't just rabbit folk. There was also some. I can't remember their name. What's their name, Dick?
I don't know. They were everywhere.
They were like those little bug creatures we fought, and they burned that tower down, and we were so mad because y'all worked so hard on that. So those little wasp creatures. But I think we're them. I don't think we're the only ones out here in the woods.
No, there's spiders.
But that's all I got. I don't think it was spiders that took them out. It looked like a pretty massive battlefield. I think there's a third party somewhere.
Well, whatever it was, I'm sure they're long gone by now. Otherwise, we would have crossed them, yes?
Well, they're very sneaky.
I mean, you're very sneaky. Should I be suspicious?
Dirk, should he be suspicious?
I point to this little child rabbit thing and go, are you pretty suspicious about this?
You like a violent nod, just like, yeah, I'm suspicious. Yeah.
Yeah, totally suspicious. He said so.
Yeah.
I know it couldn't be you two. You're too stupid.
Or too genius.
The little kid goes up to you. He's like, what were we suspicious about?
Don't worry. You did good. Here, would you like some candy? I hand him like a little juice pop ball that I have.
Awesome.
And I give it to him.
Dirk, that's a pine cone that was covered in crud.
Oh, crap! I knock it out of his hand. I'm like, here's an apple.
Yeah, like like a sad little kid reaction, about to burst into tears as you knock it out of his hand, replaced by like a smile of joy as you hand him an apple.
Sorry, the first thing I handed you was gross. I just wanted to make sure you were fine.
I just shake my head and facepalm.
Says, my name's Andy.
Well, Andy, you've got a friend in us.
Hey, friends!
Until we face these spiders, then friends will have to part ways. Or body parts.
We'll be allies.
Right, so are we pressing forward without any extra actions then?
Are the webs directly covering the path?
The path seems to be clear. The trees nearby are of the giant variety. And the limbs that are closest to the ground are like 35 to 40 feet in the air, which is where Toady encountered them. And it looked like they went up a ways and is kind of like doming the at least the lower part of the canopy here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to wait
I'd
a
like
couple
to
minutes and see if we alerted them with
be going into the web net, whatever.
Oh, give me a perception check. Because a lot just transpired. It's been a few minutes.
About what time is it?
As for what time it is,
what time is it right now?
Let's see, you've been traveling for probably about 4 or 5 hours. I'm gonna say it's like noonish. No one really has a watch per se, but
Okay. I was thinking to suggest maybe if we oh wait, in Dirk voice.
Why can't I see
Maybe we should get some torches going. Maybe if we run into any spiders, they'll be scared of the fire.
We can just shoot fire arrows all through the forest. Just don't hit the trees.
I'll take you on that bet.
I need to refresh my thing probably. All right, yeah, you see indeed a trio of large, like people-sized spiders that are up there repairing the hole in their fence that you put up. And they're not humanoid. They're just the size of your standard humanoid. They don't have any, of the people features that are associated with the intelligent folk.
Not anthropomorphic.
Indeed.
Oh man, no spider boobs. No,
Nerd.
I'm just kidding.
Says the creator of this world. Sorry, what did you say, Dustin? I mean, Darius? I mean, Algos?
I'm not even in this game.
Neither of those other characters are in the,
I know.
I was just, all I said was, oh, no spider boobs.
I'm going to point him out to the rest of the group. What do we want to do? Do we want to continue and see if they come down,
or do we want to preempt them?
Well, are they going to eat any of the rabbit folk?
They will if we give them a chance.
That's what I'm saying. Do
we want to do
Well,
strike or?
Well,
let's give them slim chances. Unless there's 100 more in this forest.
You're cutting out pretty bad, Chris.
Oh no, I let go of the button because everybody else was talking. So I was just gonna say, why don't we give them the 2 rodents and we make it past?
Well, that's not very nice. These rabbits have been really nice to us. Why would you want to give them rodents?
I am not giving that guy Andy at all. You stay away.
I just roll my eyes.
Your compound eyes.
Yes.
I'd like to see what that looks like, rolling compound eyes.
Stroke.
More than 30 eye rolls at a time.
All right, I roll my head then.
Yeah, there you go. More dramatic and exasperated. A little bit of moth dust goes flopping off of him.
I just do the exaggerated anime movements.
Yep. To make sure everyone knows your emotional state. I feel it.
Polly!
Yes,
The metal thingy.
it's my friend. Todier was really inspiring. My friend's name
Is he
is Phil. I
summonable?
created him. I can put him in a box.
No. That's not a thing.
Put him in a box?
That was when you.
Ago.
Yeah.
No.
It's like you can recreate him and such, but like you can't recompress him once he's made. That was just kind of a flavor thing that I did.
Okay.
Nice.
I got a question. Is it summonable? Like, example, if we were to walk it into a spider web, I put a little spell on it. Make it look like a distraction of some sort. The spiders are attacking that thing. And you summon it back. We'll be all right, and the caravan will go through. No, I just thought about it.
My God, it thinks.
Did get more wisdom.
No, it's not summonable. However, I can summon a giant mushroom.
Interesting.
They move.
Yes.
Can?
It might be quicker than you.
Maybe I can alter the mushroom then. So I got minor illusion. Anybody against that?
Probably better than my idea.
Might be a good plan.
Yeah. I was just going to say burn it.
Burn the mushroom?
No. Burn the trees.
Wow!
Oh, the forest?
Everything is weird in here.
At that, actually, the junior hair says, "What? Are you insane? You don't know what happens to people who start fires?"
It's okay. It could be controlled. I can blow it out.
Oh, you see panic in his eyes. He says, "Don't do that. You'll wake the forest. You've never heard the stories of what people who start forest fires?"
They were doing gender reveals?
I was gonna make a Smokey the Bear joke, but okay.
No. Listen, there used to be a pack of gnolls that lived close by to the newbs-luck, and they were staging an attack on us. But they started a forest fire. The fools trying to block off our retreat, and the trees came alive and put themselves out. And when we found the gnolls, their body parts were speared on so many branches. We call it the wood of warning these days.
Mushroom. Got it.
I can't believe you've never heard of this. The trees defend themselves. The forest will live long after all of us are gone.
Alright, so don't hurt the
I'm
trees.
not from
Got it.
around here.
I summoned the
Terrifying.
mushroom.
The Disculi is a problem?
So what is this mushroom summoning ability?
Give me just one to go to my character.
Oh, that's your homunculus, right?
Yes.
Okay, this thing's made of metal. Still.
I thought that was the steel defender.
Well, that is too, but homunculuses are, constructs. So basically you have like a magical core, or a non-magical one even. You can make one out of a beer stein or a spoon or, whatever. And as, your class, you can make minor crap like say a mechanical mushroom and animate it as a homunculus. But yeah, the homunculuses aren't actually like living creatures. They're mechanical in nature.
Okay. So will illusion work on it?
Yeah. Absolutely. Minor illusion only does so much. What exactly are you trying to do?
Basically, what I'm gonna try to do, because I'll just alter it to look like a crab, a giant crab.
A giant crab?
It's just a crab, the same size as the homunculus, but a crab.
Okay, so you turn Polly's crab into Polly's mushroom into a crab. All right. and it's hopping around in reality, but your illusion is making it look like it's scuttling. There's no sound that matches with it, but it's an illusion. And you're using this as bait?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like a distraction while we get the caravan away. Poor deal.
Yeah, right now
Let's
it
make
doesn't appear as though the spiders are trying to come down. They were investigating the broken area and repairing it. But you send your homunculus over there, and you move the party forward. And you do see one of the spiders start scooting down the tree towards the homunculus after the party had departed, or the caravan. And then it leaps and tackles the homunculus.
Just as we're watching this, Dirk will go up to Polly and go, "Here's 100 gold. I know it cost a little bit."
Thank you. Next time you can pick the shape.
Okay.
For sure. Very well. So you're traveling, and the rabbit folk are noticeably bothered by the surroundings. It's still midday, but the canopy is very thick, making it somewhat dim on the forest floor, and the webs in the distance above you, and it's an oppressive atmosphere. And it's quiet. Not a lot of birds that you can hear in this particular part of the woods. Indeed, everyone give me a perception check. Way to rock it, guys.
Wow.
We're doing
on.
great.
The best has yet to come.
Oh my God, you were right. So, yeah, you guys are walking along and looking out for any threats, and Dirtle, you from the rear spot off to the side a clutch of 3 lumps of silk that could be cocoons, or that's probably right? That's spiders wrap them up in cocoons.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right. That's the term. Yeah, okay.
Well, it wouldn't be a
Well, it wouldn't
chrysalis.
be a chrysalis, so.
Yeah.
That's,
But yeah, you
better.
see like a clutch of them. Like, you're not quite sure how many, but they seem to be lumpy egg sac looking things. And they are about 40 feet up and 20 or 30 feet off of the road.
Does it look like they might hatch?
I mean, you'd have to investigate them.
Well, if I was going to investigate them, I'd need a torch so I can see better.
I'll investigate him.
I tell my comrades, and I just point upwards and say, "It's not a joke. But this
Spiders
might
are
be a
considered
problem."
beasts, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's my favorite type of enemy. So I think I have a little bit of an advantage with that, right?
Dirk, are you
Yeah.
sick?
You have advantage on like knowledge checks about them and tracking checks.
I'll just investigate it myself.
Okay. So the brothers go. Everyone else staying to watch the caravan. Know what I'm hearing? It's not that far off. You just go walking off the beaten road between a couple of the giant trees, and there they are above you. It seems to be suspended by a cord of silk that is as thick as a forearm. And you see now there's like the blade of a sword sticking out of it, and what could be maybe a quiver. But it's still like 35 feet above you, above the ground.
Well, I do have a climbing skill of 25 feet, so I could just climb up if need be.
Climb up to that branch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. You go scooting up the tree. And it starts getting pretty silky up there pretty quick. But you pick your path and you're like scooting underneath or like on the bottom part of the branch, hand over hand, and you find yourself at where the cord attaches to the tree. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Save. Give me a dexterity check. Just click the dexterity score.
Ew. Oops.
Could I do bardic inspiration on him?
Yeah, you can actually.
Can I sing you a song? You're inspired by Diddle Fruit Box.
Cool. That's what, a D4? D6? Something like that? D4?
D4.
All right. Go ahead and roll that D4.
Wow.
Ooh, 11.
Look at that.
Exactly the same.
All the way around.
Fate said no. I love it.
Well, you, in your scuttle, a claw on your back foot kind of hooks a cord and sends a vibration down it in your haste.
Oh, dang.
It makes like an audible thrum, like a guitar string almost.
You may want to hurry and get out of here.
Hey, Dirk, should I send some fire up there?
Well, what was your plan after climbing up here? Were you going to try and cut it down? Yeah. We'll go ahead and do that then.
Okay.
I don't want to have to point out that you guys have bows and arrows, but
no, we don't.
You're rangers and you got bows and arrows.
I don't got squat.
No. I mean, I can use my beetles to kind of guide it if need be.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. But you're up there, so you might as well cut it down. So you grab, like, what, your short sword or your knife or whatever, and you go to attack the string. So give me an attack roll. Yeah, that's perfect. You cut through it in a single chop, knowing that you just set off a perimeter alarm, so to speak. Because beasts, spiders, how they operate. But the HP on this cord was only like 5, so you certainly cut it, and it goes crashing to the ground with a thud. Do you want to try?
I want to try.
All right, it goes crashing into you with the force of like 350 to 400 pounds.
Oh my god.
And you're like, I got it. Thunk. And you're flattened. Go ahead and take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my gosh.
you? You did?
And you're
Seemed
restrained.
lighter above. Oh, I'm restrained?
Well, it's web. It is a sticky substance. However, you're struggling out of it, and the DC is only like 12. So I assume you can get out of it.
No, that's impossible.
It's impossible. All right, you're stuck. He's gone, guys. Nero muffled.
Wait. What would I? Well, just a D20.
It's a strength check.
Oh, come
on.
Like
Dirtle.
I mean,
Dirk. Okay, yeah. You start climbing down the tree.
I need to do a strength check as well.
You? What? I mean, I need. Yes, because he failed. So, like, one of you can give it to me with advantage to try and free Dirtle. The rest of you clearly see all this transpiring.
Yeah. Can I help him? Help him?
Would you like to jump in there and like make an attack at the webbing to try and clear it out while they're doing this?
Well, how were you planning on getting him out of there? Were you just gonna like pull or what?
Like that?
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, damn.
You're gonna harm my brother!
With a natural 20, Dirk goes up and like jumps underneath this webbing with expertise and rips his brother out from under the pile of bodies. As you can clearly see, that's what this is now, is a clumping of bodies. You can't tell what kind, but next to you lands the lithe form of Toadier, who is about to help before you manage to do that. But yeah, it's a clump of people of some kind.
Hey, Toad, what's up?
From the nearby trees, you can hear like the clicking of mandibles.
Yeah, I don't think
yeah,
it's
we need
safe
to
here.
go.
Yeah, we need to go. I turn around and I try to shoot a lit arrow into the web.
Here, give me some of that. Give me some of that.
I also light my arrow to another way.
You mean like the pile of people?
In the air, not on the ground.
Oh, you're trying to set like the canopy on fire.
Yes.
Wait a second. Something tells me this might not be a good idea.
Hey, I think afterwards, not before.
So okay, well you go to light your arrow, and your brother's like, wait, and you see Toadier over there shaking his head like, that's probably a bad idea.
Well,
you still do it?
I shoot the bodies on the ground.
Okay. The fire spreads over the webbing on it rather quickly, and reveals the singed forms of a trio of catfolk and a monkey, simian.
Oh, not a monkey.
Yeah, which is abnormal for this area. They seem to prefer living in the south. They I mean, the forms have taken some fire damage, but most of it was to the fur and skin, and you can see that they have gear on them still.
Is there anything good?
I don't know. Would you like to check?
I don't think that's the most pressing thing at the moment.
Are they
Do I see anything that's super shiny?
We check if they are.
Would you like to check if they're alive?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'll feel bad if they're not.
Yeah, I
medicine check.
I would also like to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
I'll help you.
You get a +5 from investigation.
Double 20.
Yeah,
Double 20.
you go up
Jeez.
and you see that these are unconscious creatures that are probably under the effects of spider poison.
Oh my goodness, we need to save these guys.
One of them has an arrow coming out of his chest. He looks like he's in pretty bad shape.
I'm going to
The
spare
blood
the
is
dying.
slowly oozing out of the wound. Oh, spare the dying. Very, probably a good idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start just.
As all of them just took like fire damage.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
I thought you two were rangers. You should have known.
There's a lot of things I should know, but I don't.
I didn't fire it.
Yeah, so Toady, you want to give me a perception check?
But how far up in the other
tree
two
are the other two
sacks?
Oh, this was a clump.
Oh, so this is all of them?
Oh, so this is all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, this was the ones that this was the one that was spotted.
Okay. I was wondering if I could prove jump if I could jump up and jump on the other ones.
And down another one. Yeah. There's none. Well, give me a perception check.
12.
12. You don't see another egg sac. However, you do see like some clutches of eye reflections starting to make their way down the nearby trees. In fact, you see 3 of them coming down the nearest tree to you guys.
Oh.
Across the way, you see another pair of an 8-legged freak coming its way down. And your insectoid instinct is leading you to believe that one of you is going to be prey. Either you or the spiders.
I cast minor illusion.
I was gonna say, if we still have time to act.
Well, Lesk, I wanted to say the one that was shot by the arrow did not make it. You did not get to spare him magically. He was already gone. But the other ones are breathing. They're just unconscious and wounded. So what was the last thing that was said? I couldn't quite catch that.
I was gonna say, if we still have time to act, I guess I don't really know about the spiders.
They're about halfway down the tree, which means that next round they're going to be able to act. So you have a free round, essentially.
Can we drag these bodies back? The live ones?
You can start to. You will move at half speed, dragging someone.
With 2 people carrying 1?
Well, these are full-sized catfolk, so a small person would have to be aided by another small person to even drag one half speed.
I'll drag.
I'm gonna.
Movement speed's 40.
So you can drag 120 and then dash.
Mm-hmm.
But the little people will have to double down to get one of them out.
You said that there was a grouping of 3 of them.
There were
crawling down
the nearest tree.
Mm-hmm. Is that the largest grouping?
Give me a perception check. Yeah, there's a group of 3, a group of 2, and then a single one coming down his own tree.
Okay, well, we've quite literally stolen their prey, so I don't think we're going to be able to just lure them away this time. So I'm going to cast Shatter on the group of 3.
Okay.
Dark's going to follow it up with an arrow.
And using my Channel Divinity, I'm going to be doing that at max damage with... and that is Destructive Wrath.
Okay.
So they have to make a saving throw or take... what is that? 24 damage? 3d8? Yep.
What kind of saving throw?
A Constitution.
Okay. That's going to be... What in the actual heck?
There.
Oh, there it is. He fail. They fail. So they take how much damage?
24. Because I used Channel Divinity Destructive Wrath.
Okay. So the group of 3 spiders are the epicenter of a supersonic event as you cast Shatter, and the area seems to explode without fire, just with waves of noise. And it breaks a part of the tree and leaves a crater in it, and the spiders that were standing on it seem to crumple as they fall and hit the ground with light crunches. This kills them.
I immediately shoot an arrow at one of the spiders.
The one in the group of 2 or the single one?
One in the group of 2.
Okay, give me that attack. Cool, yeah. A heavy arrow pierces into it, and you hear it let out a soft screech and start booking it back up the tree.
Oh, but that's not all it does. It also does a pushing attack. What with the
But
strength
wait.
save?
There's more. Cool, so I'll give you a strength save then.
You're going to try and launch it off the tree?
Pretty much.
It is going to get a 13.
Ah, it passed.
Okay.
I'd like to aim my sling at the other of the two.
A sling attack?
Towards the second
of the 2.
Cool. Give me a d20. I mean, not a d20. A 1d4 plus your dexterity bonus for the damage.
Let me check my dex. 5 or 8.
It's just off of this one. So that you got touchscreen. I'll be damned.
So 5. 1d6 plus 5.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 5. Yeah, slings do a d4. Same as a dagger. I believe in you.
Oh, my fucking lock was off.
Okay, so 7. It slams into it, and you hear a soft crunch, and it stumbles a little bit, but it seems to still be coming down the tree.
Are they close within each other?
Yeah, they're still in the same area.
Well, I mean, like, how close are they together?
They like
Within-
5 feet apart, 10 feet.
Yeah, they're within 5 feet of each other.
Really? Okay, so can I try to attack one and then do Horde Breaker on the other 2 if I attack the one in the center?
One of them is on a separate tree. One of the 3. 2 of them are within 5 feet of each other.
Okay, then I'll just aim for that.
Okay, yeah, give me your 2 attacks. Okay,
that was
so that one missed.
What's wrong with me?
That one missed. With a nat 1. Why don't you follow that nat 1 up for me, buddy?
I really don't want to.
Do it anyway.
I don't want to. Oh my goodness, that's
Whoa.
really close.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Wow.
Guys, I've done dirtled it up. I'm sorry.
Yep. So you're going to have to restring your bow.
Gosh, dang it.
Yeah, that's a non-magical bow. You just snatch your bowstring.
Did you ruin your guitar?
I play off my chest.
Okay.
Right. What about the rest of the party? Like I said, this is in full view of everybody. You're like 35 feet away from where this is taking place? Nobody?
I would tell them we basically got this, but
They're so
Alright.
taken back.
I mean, there'd
I
be no
did
way
my-
for Dirt to respond that way.
I hear Algos.
The last thing I heard was you'll have to restring, and then it was silent for like 20 seconds.
Oh,
So
well, he was saying
weird.
that all this fight was going on in plain view of everyone else.
Yeah, I was just gonna see if anyone else in the caravan wanted to do anything, including
I'm,
you and Polly.
I'm sticking with the caravan just in case, and also chuckling at the two trash pandas.
All right.
With their whole dropping the bodies on them and stuff.
Polly, are you just gonna take notes, or are you going to do something?
He's still napping.
I don't know. There's not really a layout that I've been going off of. I've been trying to do the envision thing, but there's nothing on the map, and I'm still kind of confused as to where my character would be.
Well, you're underneath one of the wagons. It's this fight is taking place off of the road, underneath some giant trees, about 35 to 40 feet away from where you're at, and you can see the trash pandas and the mantis dragging some unconscious forms towards the caravan, and the others seem to be shooting a few spiders that are coming down the trees. It doesn't look like they're in big trouble. I was just wondering if there was anything you wanted to do.
The caravan in case anything makes it to the people that I'm protecting.
Take the Algos approach. I dig it. Well, cool. These guys are not going to be a huge significant threat. What I will say is that one of them shoots a web at Dirtle, and go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
I don't want to.
Please get in that one.
Is my computer working?
Never mind. Oh, check it out, dude. This thing, they have to roll to hit you.
Well, it's not that great anyways.
Just hope he rolls worse. Or it.
You know, knowing my luck so far, things have just hit me like a ton of dead bodies.
Yeah? Well, it missed you, so...
Let the bodies hit the
Anyway,
ground.
you can see now that these things have the apparent ability to, shoot a line of web. It misses you, and the other one starts scuttling towards you. There's a scuffle, long swords, and you manage to drive it off. And there's where we're going to take our first break. Also, I misspoke. These are not the size of people. They are large, so they're actually like the size of horses.
Oh.
Giant spiders!
Yeah. So there are a couple of the corpses around, but you get the feeling that there's likely more live ones nearby as well.
Definitely hurry along after we just cut down some of the people.
Yeah.
And Dirk and Dirtle gonna have some strong talking to, where you just blindly shoot arrows into.
I have my eyes
Didn't
open.
shoot anything.
I mean, there is a dead cat folk that
Okay, now
has
I will take
one of your
advantage.
arrows in his chest. I just want to point that out before you get too carried away in the roleplay.
These are not things needed to be stated.
These
Memories
are-
of the
it's
tomb
just-
start flashing in my mind.
In fact, these are exactly the things that need to be stated for the purpose of the audience
These are
who will eventually hear this. So,
just like the lizard folk.
anyway, we're going to take that break. Be back in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Pretty sure This is libel.
No, it's not.
Anyway,
Yeah.
giant spiders, spider forest, shatter spell, arrows, melee combat, spiders, go screeching away. Right, back on track. So you, Dirk and Dirtle and Toady managed to drag the unconscious forms of these guys back to the caravan and discover that one of them is indeed dead with an arrow in his chest. And the other ones are not looking great, although they're sustained by magic. Having taken fire damage on top of whatever the spiders did to them. Right now, the caravan's at a stop. The junior hare seems to be looking at you guys as to directions on what to do next.
Well, didn't one of the spiders get away, crawl back up into the tree?
A few of them didn't.
Well then.
They didn't seem super heavily motivated. Once they took a hit or two, they fled. Although several of them did die when you cast Shatter on that tree.
Gosh dang it, millennial spiders. They're the worst.
Well then, I think that the caravan needs to keep moving. Now that they know there's a threat, I think more might come to respond to all the commotion we made. I think we should try and find a spot that's relatively clear of trees and possibly try and bunker down for the night.
Would someone like to scout around for such a spot?
I have campcraft. I can do that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a oh, shit. Well, what am I looking for here? Yes.
That is an excellent skill.
Yes, it is. This is background ability. Okay, yeah. Give me a check with proficiency. Off of wisdom. So like a D20 plus your wisdom bonus plus your proficiency.
What's my proficiency?
Should
Probably
be
+2.
up a little bit. Proficiency bonus 2. That is quite good. So your vast experience in camping out in predator-infested lands pays off as you see a bit of brush that doesn't appear to be disturbed recently. And you go to investigate and you find yourself at the entrance to some kind of ruin.
All right. Well,
What you see is a doorway, and it's framed by thick vines and hedges, obscuring most of the buildings. Who do we lose? What happened?
Oh no,
Dirk,
Dirk!
come back! No!
Tragedy.
You found the catacomb where I buried my brother. I think his internet may have died. That maybe. This has happened.
Oh, completely?
Well, maybe. It did last week quite a few times.
Ooh.
So I will gladly, until he comes back, I'll be Dirtle. Or excuse me, I'm Dirk. No.
All right. No, he's doing it. Oh, you did that really well, though. I almost couldn't tell the difference.
We've practiced.
Benefits of being
Oh, he's gone again.
actually
God
blood
damn it.
Yes.
related.
Okay, well, that being the case, back to Toady, who has currently left the party to scout around for a good place to hide for the night.
I don't know if I want to go in there alone.
I'm gonna go back to the party and tell them what I found.
Which is a door.
Yeah, I don't know what's
down there.
We should investigate
and see if we can
hunker down there. Who wants to go with
me?
Awkward silence. They're like, I don't know if I want to go with him.
Sounds like a fine place to set camp. We're gonna have to tend to these people until they wake up.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, you guys want to go
down there?
I'm all for it.
I don't know.
You don't know?
That's not quite my thing. Last time I went into a closed corner, I almost single-handedly wiped out the entire party. I'd like to not do it again.
Well,
damn, he's having bad problems. So,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, Turtle.
As you're saying this, though, the shadow of you don't see where it came from.
I don't think we have much of a choice.
Fine. I promise I won't touch anything unless I have to.
We wouldn't really be in this situation if you had done that in the first place.
Well, think of how many cat folks would be happy with me, and monkey people.
You killed someone.
Yep, I killed a lot of time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do we have Duskin back? I mean, fuck. I always want to think of you as Duskin.
No.
So I'm going to go up there and maul the spiders to death.
Why am I in this web?
How did I get here?
Oh, Dirk, welcome back. So there was a door that was found. It could be the source of valuable shelter for the night. They're talking about scouting it out as a group before to see if it's suitable.
In.
You're in? Okay. So the junior hair says, well, I think if we stay in a group, we'll be safe until you get back. Just don't take too long. We're counting on you.
Can I give Andy like a dagger of mine?
Wait, no, I think the entire caravan should come with us. I don't think
the cave?
I don't think that staying out here is gonna be safe at all. We've disturbed their nest. Hell, I shook the tree like crazy with that shatter.
Bowser speaks up and says, well, we were warned of Dragonkin. Remember your creepy wolf thing? So
I don't think the spiders would nest so close to Dragonkin.
They're cunning creatures. you never know. I'm just saying it could be dangerous to have all these civilians go into something that might be a lair or some such. But I mean, I could watch over them out here and make sure that no one dies. I've been training with some of these people as militia before this trouble started.
What time is it?
It's only like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Well, I guess we could just keep pushing on then. I was thinking it was later, and then we'd have to find camp soon.
Well, I mean, hell of a diversion.
Mm-hmm. We do have more people, and I don't really think we can carry them. On
it would.
any of the carts.
Yeah, it's pretty well loaded. And keep in mind, like the travel speed of this place is, of this caravan is fairly slow. You know, you got a bunch of wounded and children and such, overloaded wagons. So really, you're only like maybe 4 miles away from Newbs-luck right now.
I suppose we could potentially wait until some of these people come to conscious and then try and catch back up with the rest of the caravan in the cave. Instead of trying
to be clear, it's a ruin.
It's a ruin, yeah.
So you don't know how big it is or anything. You just found an entrance.
I mean, we could also possibly look for supplies in there that could help them bring them back up to speed faster. I have a spell that is protection from poison, so if they're still feeling the effects of poison over the next couple of days, I could slowly use that on them. Help
Indeed.
them rise from their slumber. I just don't currently see a way that we could continue on with the caravan and haul these. How many people?
Fuck, how many
There's
people?
only 2 that were alive, right?
There are 3 that are alive.
3 alive, 1 dead.
Yeah.
3 more unconscious onto these caravan.
Yeah, and there's around 75 rabbit folk, all included. So, you take up a fair bit of room, and then there's the beasts of burden and the carts. But
the rabbit folk are small creatures. So
yeah, and they say that worst comes to worst, we could always burrow down for the night. We do have the pretty good burrow capabilities.
So what if they were to continue on without us while we possibly search through and see if there's something that could help these unfortunate travelers and then try and catch back up to them? So
Yeah.
we'd separate from the caravan for a
That's
time.
an option.
Because frankly, I am not willing to leave these people behind.
And I'm not willing to leave the caravan unguarded.
Could we make
They still have.
I didn't hear either one of you.
Could we make a
sled?
And that would make it easier to bring them along.
Would you like to try?
we could use the spider silk and medium-sized logs
and make something that we could drag
them along with easier.
Easy peasy. Would you like to collect some spider silk? Because you had like tatters, but you could like go up and cut some strands.
That would call them to us, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, the rabbit folk have a lot of supplies, including like rope and such. So you could find just like some sturdy branches or small logs.
I have hand axes, so we could
Well,
just
cool. Just give me
cut some off.
a check, like wilderness related.
Survival check, nature.
One of those two.
I'll do survival. 18.
Yeah, you managed to find a couple of low branches that are quite big, where they meet the tree, thicker around than you are. But further along them are some smaller, offshoots that would work nicely. And you could point that out to Toady, who has no problems getting up and down those trees.
Suppose we could just fashion together a makeshift sled.
Yeah.
Take turns dragging them.
Or there's three of them. Lesk and Aragos, since we're all medium creatures as well, we'd have the easiest time taking them. The other three being smaller animals would have a much harder time dragging the carts by themselves. The sleds by themselves.
You could always try and attach them to the back of the carts as well.
I mean, that's like adding another couple 100 pounds.
Yeah. You guys are already moving pretty slow, but like...
It would also put more burden onto the animals.
The rangers should be aware that spider venom only lasts for a couple hours at most. Needs to be reapplied. So I don't know if that helps.
Well, then I guess that removes the need for us stopping in order to try and heal them. They'll come to on their own eventually. So, as long as we keep traveling and get through this place, I think we'll be fine.
Yep. So, you guys managed to rig up a couple of sleds and are now transporting the unconscious and wounded behind you. What do you do with the dead one?
I ask some of the rabbit folk to quickly dig something up. I do a proper burial for them as best I can.
Okay.
The unknown traveler.
I'd like to join them in laying him to rest and do whatever enchant, I guess. For the deceased.
Okay. The person in question had a staff on him. Are you going to bury it with him?
Can we use it to mark his grave in sort of way?
Yeah.
I think that might be appropriate. I burn some of the incense I have with me as well.
Cool. So you do a quick funeral, which is made a lot quicker by the presence of burrowing beast folk, as they, without issue, dig a 8-foot grave. And would you like to say anything, Father Lesk?
Oh. put me on the spot. I gotta think of something.
Yeah. The junior hare says, it is the burden of the clergy, is it not?
It is. This was my job back in my village as well. Thor. Today, I send another great warrior to join your cause up in Valhalla. A stranger he might be, but he died. Sadly, an unfortunate death, but a warrior's death, the same. May you receive him well.
All right. The prayer spoken, the incense burnt, the chant sung. The funeral is complete.
And I just kind of look over to Dirk and Dirtle. I'll deal with you when we make camp.
You sound like I'm, okay, whatever. I didn't do anything! It's all Dirtle.
Your actions have consequences, and you seem to not care about who may get hurt or what might happen to the people around you. But you killed someone today. Remember that.
Yeah! I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't mean to. And Dirtle falls on the ground, sobbing.
Nice touch. I want to hear it. No.
No. I'll miss you, Steve. Oh, that's not Dirtle laughing. That's me.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah. The burial made. And you guys are planning on continuing for a while? Okay. So the caravan pushes on. And the road travels for a couple more miles, and while still an oppressive nature, to the atmosphere around here, you don't see any super hostile movement from above or the sides. And there is a point where you have to clear off like a couple of dead trees off of the pathway, but it goes without issue, and without ambush. And day turns into dusk, and the light starts fading as the already thick canopy starts to darken prematurely.
So we make camp then.
And that's I'm waiting for the prompt from you guys.
Mm-hmm. Earlier, Bowser said that, or one of the rabbit folk had said that they had the option to burrow when making camp. So I assume that's probably what would be best. Keeping away from the trees and making it so that they'd have to push into us instead of just being able to loom above us.
Sorry, you're trying to do what?
Just have the rabbit folk dig a small burrow for
Oh,
us to
okay.
make camp in.
Yeah, they start excavating, and they say it'll be more cramped quarters than you guys are used to, but we'll have it dug out. Give us like 45 minutes, half hour. And they get to work moving dirt at rapid speeds. And sure enough, you guys are keeping a watch while they're doing this, and you get down there, and there's like packed earth floor, and it's just an open cavern that is like 5 foot tall and maybe like 40 foot by 40 foot chamber. As being supported by like stones that they ran into. And they start piling in, and with rapidity, there are piles of sleeping rabbits, like 3 deep.
Let's drag the folk inside.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think we should keep them outside just in case they're a danger?
No. Should probably drag them inside. I doubt they'd attack us after we saved them. Besides, we need to properly tend to their wounds. My magic can only do so much, after all.
Alright, so after we get them inside, I guess let's check them, see how they're injured, and see if there's anything we can do to help them.
Mm-hmm. They need any splints, bandage off wounds.
You do see like puncture wounds from fangs, and those areas somewhat swollen. But it looks like the fall didn't break any bones, and they do have some burns. But that's the extent of their injuries.
Mm-hmm.
However, you kind of have to remove their gear to inspect them like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, the cat folk are wearing studded leather that is all black. And they are wearing light weaponry, daggers, and like a small club with like a stone on the end of it. And a long thin blade. And the simian, he looks like he had a bow at some point because there's a quiver with 1 or 2 arrows still inside of it. And he's just wearing normal leather armor and doesn't seem to be wearing any shoes or a helmet. He's got kind of like dark brown fur and, the monkey face.
So their armor doesn't have any brand or insignia on it? Anything that might be identifiable?
Well, actually, yeah. There's a in there. I mean, if you go looking for that, do you? Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah, after tending to their wounds, I would like to look over their armor.
Well, the armor itself isn't like branded with allegiance. But would you like to try and investigate and see, like, if you can find out where these guys are from, or about, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
Ten.
And well, I mean, yeah, you're not sure what you're looking at. You start digging through like their backpacks, and you find the normal travel stuff, like a grappling hook and some trail rations, some extra torches, a bedroll, some cookware, but nothing definitive and informative.
Oh well. Suppose we'll just have to ask them when they wake.
Right. So, how are we doing watch?
Is there
Bowser
only
offers-
one entrance?
There is only one entrance, and they went and buried the beetles and the carts for the night. So someone just needs to watch the entrance. And Bowser offers to take the first watch.
They buried the Beatles. Poor Ringo.
No, I mean, okay.
No, I knew what you meant. So it's been kind of choppy this whole time. So we're in some kind of a hut or something. Like, what is it?
It's a burrow. The rabbit folk have burrowed out a chamber that is cramped quarters for the caravan.
Gotcha. I mean, I guess I'll take a shift.
Oh, it takes second shift? Okay. Well, let's take third shift.
I will.
I think I will.
And are there any other holes in this thing?
Holes?
Yeah, like I'm not doing real good here. Does this cave go further?
No, they just dug it out.
Yeah, I don't trust it, but I'll watch with Dirtle.
I think I'll watch them taking watch too.
That's fair.
That's not nice.
I
I'll watch
mean, you have a
you.
reputation.
In light of recent events.
All right, cool. So, first watch passes, and Alagos, you're awakened by Bowser. Says, it's your turn, little buddy. And you go outside, and it's... Oh, what?
I was just saying, very well said.
And you go outside, and it's a dark night. You can't see the stars from this location. And you have night vision, right? Or no?
No.
No. So you probably have a torch or something?
Yeah, I can. Well, I mean, yeah, I can use a torch.
All right. Well, you got like a 30-foot globe of bright light with 15 extra feet of dim light, and it seems pretty quiet. Your time passes, and you figure it's about time to wake up the trash pandas. Oh, yeah.
Wake up, trash pandas. It's your turn.
Trash.
Pull shift.
I love trash.
Don't try anything funny.
Well, you woke us up, so where's the joke here? We won't! Turtle, come on!
You obviously awakened to this, Todio.
I hear all this, and I just let them leave, but I silently follow them out.
I just shake my head and return to bed.
I get a stealth bonus when I'm not moving, so I just walk right outside the door and stand there.
You have advantage on the stealth checks. The fucking God, what's his name from the Guardians?
Rocket?
No, the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know,
Rocket?
Oh, Rocks or not Rock Drax.
Drax. Yeah, he's like, if I do not move, you cannot see me. I remain perfectly still.
Yeah, I can clearly see you right there.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
I'm invisible. Anyway, about halfway through your shift, there is a disturbance somewhere in the darkness. You hear the squealing of some large beast, obviously in distress. And moments later, it's cut short and silence again. The rest of your shift goes uninterrupted.
Must have been a bird.
Up next, the sun starts coming up. And you go to wake the den, and they start packing up to leave for the new day. Breakfast is cooked. It is a fairly decent breakfast. It's your first night away from town, and they still have fresh eggs and some fruit and such, along with hardtack rations that are the norm for travel. Even a couple loaves of bread. So, unless is there any dialogue that you guys wanted to get out of the way before we started traveling again? Because it's almost break time.
I guess. Oh.
He returned?
I don't know.
The prodigal rat has returned.
The glory has returned.
Hey, I'm quiet. What's going on? No.
Sorry, I had to find ways back.
No. It's a ghost.
Your turds.
It's the headless ghost.
Headless? What do you mean headless?
So I was just asking if anyone wanted some quick dialogue over breakfast, but instead, why don't you go ahead and catch Dirk up on what he missed during his internet problems, while we go ahead and take a break.
Cool.
You died.
Hey!
Yeah, we killed you because you killed another person. Dirk and Dirtle dead. Yep. Buried
I'm not
along the
dead.
path.
Dirk is. He took the sword in my place. I'll never forget you.
It was tragic.
So I'm rolling for a new character then.
No, you're good, man.
So I'm gonna be you
You're
others.
dead.
No, they traveled on for a few more hours, and some dramatic ambiance stuff happened, and watches were taken, and there was a squeal in the night, and now breakfast. And I was asking if anyone wanted, a dialogue moment before we commenced with the travel.
I think
we had a very quick, but somewhat proper burial for the for the traveler that Dirtle murdered.
Actually, it was the arrow. We need more arrow laws because the arrows are killing people everywhere.
People don't kill people. Arrows kill people.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
No, bows kill people.
That
with
kind
arrows.
of gotcha. You dirty rat. Anyway, I'm gonna go smoke now. Back in 1520.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I was about to start digging into Dirtle.
Oh. I was what are we having for breakfast? Did he say specifically?
Eggs, fruit, some bacon. Dead spiders.
Look over at Alagos and goes, you gonna eat those eggs? Like eggs.
Gonna eat that trash?
Don't you want to save the dialogue?
No.
Oh, what a wonderful campaign idea. Let's save the dialogue.
How much experience do we get out of that?
It's like Kingdom Hearts 2 where they kept taking the pictures so nobody could say the word picture. So where you're trying to save the dialogue. Something's happening to the script.
I'm gonna find the writer.
Don't trust the writer.
Oh, that's good. That's deep.
But he's been watching Upgrade.
More like downgrade. It's the alternate universe version.
You start on a star. You're going to the edge of the universe.
It's a beautiful place.
You constantly have to upgrade your spaceship to get to the center of the universe to find the meaning of all life.
But then you hit an asteroid and your parts are scattered across a planet, and then you gotta get little tiny insects to help carry it to your ship.
Oh no, you get giant cave worms that suddenly eat molten rock like it's cotton candy or something.
Oh my goodness,
just sparing their way into the asteroids as you're getting help from your little friends.
They're nice friends till they get eaten.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I heard a voice. It was so far away.
Sounded like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I'll do it again.
Oh my goodness, Dirk and Dirtle are the new Disney.
The new Disney princess.
You wish upon a star.
No, it's when you wish upon a Dirtle.
When you dirk upon a
Can't be
dirtle.
copyright. When you dirk upon a dirtle, you've done dirked it up.
When you dirk upon a dirtle, you messed up. When you dirk upon a dirtle, you messed up. Better hide your tail and run. Because Dirtle's got a gun.
I don't have a gun, I have a bow and arrow.
Or a bow.
Turtle's got a bow. Now he crushed your skull. I can see that. We'll call this D&D Top 20 Hits. What year is it?
That's right. You get 3 bonus discs added to your order subscription of Turtle Tunes, such as the memorable "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor," "Oops, I Did It Again," and "All by Myself."
Oh, no.
I can't breathe.
Oh, that's great.
Order now, you get Lesk's edition, "Hungry Like the Wolf."
I'm sad they're missing this
Oh.
prime dialogue.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
even know if it's being recorded.
I if it isn't, this is such a shame. But then again, I'm pretty sure it would have been interrupted at some point because it's not even the basis of the story at this point.
So, Dirk, are you doing the cover art for this?
Cover art?
Yeah. Make it our #1 post.
Confused. What?
For our album. We're cutting vinyls.
Oh! I can make the art. What's this?
He just holds up a piece of paper with like a brown smear on it.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Oh my gosh,
got
I'm
it.
role playing and we're on break.
I gotta show Ethan the GIF I sent you.
Oh my goodness.
I love it so much.
Oh my goodness, that would be...
I told Chris that should be his next character, a penguin that just self-explodes into people.
It's actually a droid
I
robot.
told when you said that, I thought you meant on Smash. I thought you said that was the next character in Smash.
I was gonna say that's your next D&D character, a suicidal penguin.
I was like, I'd play him.
That's the penguin from Mario.
Yeah.
He's coming back for revenge for being thrown off the cliff.
You've been thrown off a cliff in a 64 game? You're liable for damages.
So,
No.
what's our first song? What's on our playlist?
We've got
Turtle's got a gun.
Oh, it's got a bow.
Welcome to the Jungle, starting out.
Also, welcome to the jungle where the spiders spin and web. Welcome to the jungle where this body hits the ground dead. Welcome to the jungle where we're screaming at Diddle. You killed a man, you sure feel bad. I feel bad. Diddle did it again. Welcome to the jungle.
Next song will be "That Spider's on Fire."
That speeder's on fire. That speeder's scream it. Okay, now that's not going to be that can't be our top 20. Maybe 21, but that's not top 20.
Definitely 21. Definitely would put that on 21.
How about I like big bows, and I cannot lie. You other rangers can't deny. When a longbow comes in with that nice shaft and string, and you go to pull that thing, you get stung with another arrow coming out of your quiver, sparrow. I got no more rhymes to fit these tunes, but I'll pull this arrow and shoot it at you. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't remember the rest of the words. Yeah, yeah.
It's like right in the middle of the song, you just hear Dirk. Hey, you want a sandwich? You mean you're recording? Are you recording? I'm asking if you want a sandwich. Okay, you want bologna? Okay,
You
get
guys
bologna.
just need to do a podcast. Just do a podcast with Dirk and Dirk.
Welcome to the Dirk and Doodle podcast, where we tell you our thoughts as we go through each adventure, and we give you our thoughts on the synopsis and the creativity of this campaign. So, Dirk, what are we looking at today?
Oh, we want to start out by telling the folks at home, please do not follow the instructions that we're about to give you. This is strictly from our own experiences and how we handle situations.
We're
No.
experts. Let the experts do the bad things.
Exactly.
You don't need to do it. Learn from our example. Don't be us.
We're Dirk and Dirtle, and welcome to Jack Donkey, the podcast.
Like
No,
Jackass.
literally, we have a donkey at home. His name is Jack. He's my favorite donkey ever.
Love Jack.
But then
He's good.
he's good. He's a good donkey. I try to get.
Today, we're going to be talking about spiders.
Oh, I hate
Donkeys.
spiders.
Yeah.
Spider donkeys.
Oh,
those are
gosh,
the worst.
that's the worst. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys need to just make a podcast. Make it happen. And
We only have
this
2 million
would be too
viewers. I
perfect.
don't understand.
I don't understand either. It's like nothing about this makes sense.
Literally, all of this is roleplay, and you all love it. And this will not improve your life in any sense.
We should definitely start this up. This is definitely a good idea.
Oh, dude, that'd be
Have
good
music time. Musical Mondays.
Musical Mondays. We wrote a brand new song for y'all,
You raise me
so
up.
I can
So I
take
can
that
reach
life
the trash
blow.
can.
Dirk walks in again.
What do you mean you're still recording? You said you were recording in the last song. I just wanted to know if you got some coffee.
Help me. Send an ambulance. I'm dying.
Oh.
This is
This
all
is good.
dialogue during breakfast. This is good, guys. This is good.
Oh, this is terrible. Like, I hope. You know
I
what?
regret my character.
None of it's recorded. None of it's recorded.
That's sad. Well, we
Uh,
don't
Can we
want
just
people to
kill
know
my
our upcoming
character so I can
plans.
have a stupid character? Be the third brother. Who's like an elephant or something.
It's like,
Something
where the heck
completely
are you?
opposite. Hi, I'm also a goblin. I'm like, this big ass elephant.
We never said our mom was faithful.
Not even sure what her mom is at this point. We're pretty sure she's Mew. Or Ditto.
That explains it. She's a shapeshifter.
Oh, like Loki. The sacred timeline.
Does that mean we're all variants of the same goblin?
On our podcast today, goblin timelines. Those are things that need to be erased.
They're a little messed up and they can be confusing, but we're on top of all of it. We'll explain everything we don't understand and make you more confused than when we started.
And we'll have our special guest, Markor. Hey guys, how you doing?
If you've ever met Dirk or Turtle, even for a moment, you are entitled to benefits.
If you or a loved one has ever been harmed,
In the arms of an angel.
My wife was here on this planet 1 week ago. Then she started this podcast and instantly ended her life. I'm a single father of 3.
I have a raccoon, a possum, and an elephant as children.
And I really hope we're like not the only ones talking right now and just this is being recorded for like 25 minutes of straight up complete craziness.
Hi, welcome to Explanation of the Beastlands. Today we're talking about... Oh, we ain't talking about that! No!
We're talking about survival, which I have no skills in.
We're survival in the non-Beastlands!
It's a good idea to set trees on fire to find your way.
I stepped on the fire once. It was hot.
Thank you, brother.
I just want to be an elephant with a top hat. Just like his tiny ass little top hat. And a monocle.
There's got to be something in these eggs. I've never been more talkative in my life.
Hello, sir. This is Sirs. Greetings gathered.
Oh, we have a guest.
Welcome to our podcast.
So, before our break, camp was being broke, and they were undigging the beetles and getting ready to transport the unconscious trio when the first of them wakes up. The simian, the 8-person, wakes up with a start and goes to weakly defend himself in confusion.
It's all right. We are friends.
What happened? Where am I? All I remember
I'm not a
is
friend.
All you remember is what?
who are you people?
That's all you remember?
I smacked the two of them.
My name is Diddle.
You'll have to forgive them. They're a little special.
Hey, you're not going to assault me? I see that I still have all my weapons. That's a good sign, I guess.
Hi, I'm
Hey.
Dirk.
No, we're not
I just
going to
raised my
assault
little
you.
paw out too.
He goes, he reaches over and touches one of his wounds and kind of grimaces. It's like the spiders. I thought we were done for. What happened?
We found you while traveling through the forest. You were strung up along with the other 2. We have
There are 2. Was it? Well, there are 3
well,
delegates from Pride Lands.
unfortunately, after we cut you down,
Don't
the third didn't survive.
Unfortunate.
Yes.
Can I cure wounds on the simian?
Yeah, you sure can. You go up and cast your spell, and at first he, reflexively goes to move away in defense when the healing light hits him. He says, "Oh, that's nice. What is that?"
It's a little bit of healing magic. Just learned it.
Divinity. Interesting to find in such a small creature.
Yeah, I'm full of surprises. Soon see.
Anyway, where are the other two? Oh,
Right beside you.
he
Right beside
sees
you.
them. Right, he sees them, and he goes and like starts gently shaking them, and they manage to rouse, and you get their names. The ape or simian, I should say, his name is Gregor. And the cats are named you're scribing this, right?
Yep.
Cool. So I got to make shit up on the fly,
Mm.
Talon and Gretch.
Okay.
The story seems to be that Gregor was escorting these three who are envoys from the Pride Lands, who speak for the King of Lions, to Simia to see the Monkey King for peace agreements. And they thank you profusely, and they say, is there anything that we can do in repayment? We owe you our lives.
I owe
And-
you my life.
Well, for a start, you can help us get to what is the city we're traveling to?
I think we were traveling to a city.
Not newbs-luck.
You don't actually know.
We're just traveling to the Ursa territory, pretty much.
Yeah. You know that it's a fairly densely populated area that is scattered with different cities and towns and fortifications. But you're not very familiar with it outside of the mountain range, which is to the south of the territory.
Well then, I suppose you could start by directing us to where the nearest Ursa town might be. We recently had to abandon a nearby village, newbs-luck. There were quite a few catastrophes, one could say.
Well, there is well, you keep going and you're gonna hit the thorned wall, which it's gonna be a rather bother to go over. You're gonna have to find an opening. They put it up to aid in the war. Make sure that the bugs don't push too far in. But the fortification of check my imaginary notes. Salmon's Run.
No, they
Love
don't. They
Salmon's Run.
swim. They swim.
It makes no sense.
Where's this magical place?
It's doohies just keep following the road, but the thing is the town that the entrance that the road leads to is closed. It was attacked recently and the entrance was destroyed. You're gonna have to find a way around, follow the wall to the south or the north. If you go to the south, you'll find Salmon's Run towards the base of the mountain. I don't know how they're going to react to you traveling with a couple of exos, though. Kind of a sore subject, if you get my drift.
It's an exo.
They've been excommunicated.
He kind of gestures at Alagos and Toady, and you realize it's a reference to the exoskeleton rather than the, traditional skeleton.
Oh.
Or blatant racism.
You're skeletist.
Ha!
Point is, most of the contact with you insect types has been hostile.
It's schooly.
Yeah. The Tosculi. And others.
Well, we'll just have to explain to them that they're not exactly like the others or the Tosculi.
Well, you'll have to tell it to them. I'm already convinced, here you are helping us in the middle of nowhere from certain death. So, I'm sold. I'm just saying that where you're going, you may have to do some talking.
I suppose we'll have to figure it out when we get there.
Just
Will you
don't
be
let
traveling
those
with
two
us?
talk.
Salmon Run?
No. No. We're headed south. I guess we got lost, but we need to make haste. It's dangerous to travel through the mountain ranges these days, so we had to go around and found our way here. But best of luck to you. We're gonna stay and rest up if that's all right with you guys and be on our way. But be careful. The last thing that I remember, we were traveling down the road and there was a barricade of web, and we went to cut our way through it when we were assaulted by a really big one. The spiders around here are big, but if you leave them alone, they seem to mind their own business. But there seems to be a really big one that is not as kind.
Definitely sounds hungry.
So,
yeah.
Watch out.
Unfortunately, we've been slightly agitating them. So,
well, I'm glad you did. I'm genuinely glad that you did. Don't get me wrong.
We'll try and avoid this big one. Yeah. You're talking about on our travels.
Yeah, well, you guys, I don't know. You seem fairly tough. There was a couple of big carts that were stuck in that web barricade. We were going to raid. If that's your thing, you could always check it out. But I personally, I'm not going back there.
Sounds interesting. Oh, before we part ways, we were told by someone who knows this area that the spiders weren't the only thing to look out for. There's apparently a group of dragonoids somewhere around this area that have made their place among a cave, some site of some type.
It's not too much of a surprise. The kobolds are in and out of all the caves in this area. You'd go far enough in.
Just
Mostly in the mountains. Some stirring them up.
Well, that's all, then. I wish you luck on your travels.
Very well. I'll tell people about you. It's nice to have a reputation out in the wilds, you know?
That it is.
If you need a reference, we're called the Trash Pandas.
Nope.
Right.
We're the last person you want to call. But the first you call.
He says you have a trash pandas? That sounds pretty bad.
That's what those two call themselves.
That's what we turn our enemies into.
Pretty much.
What does that even mean?
Trash? Well, it's kind of like when you...
You know, never mind. Forget I asked.
Okay, well, fine.
But, I mean, seriously, what should I call you? Because, I mean, I got a couple of your names, but it seems to be a lot.
Talking about the group in general?
We don't really have a group name yet.
To be honest, we were trying. Yeah.
We're lost in the Beastlands.
You're probably lost wherever you go.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys. I genuinely wish you good luck. It's well, thank you. And then, you know, you guys can continue on your way. The rabbit folk finish breaking camp, and they leave the cave, or burrow, I should say, open for the others to use while they're recovering, and start making your way down the road cautiously, watching the tree lines. It's still fairly early morning, or like 7 a.m., and you've moved probably about a mile down the road, maybe a mile and a half, and there is movement coming out of the tree line. Maybe a good 75 feet up the road. And it appears to be some sort of giant snail. And it's super easy to spot, which is why I'm not requiring any kind of perception, because its shell is completely rainbow.
Ooh.
You can see the edges of its flesh pushing it along, and it is kind of like a bright yellow. And from its front end are 5 large, long feelers with kind of like spiked protrusions at the ends of them, and they're all sort of like bright yellow. And it seems to be quite large. But it's just inching its way foot by foot. Seems to be crossing the road.
Does it seem to be hostile in any sense?
It doesn't seem to have noticed you at all.
Can I do like a, would it be a history or insight or something to see if it's like, if I don't know how to ask this question, but I guess basically see if it's hostile or if anyone knows about it, kind of thing.
Well, you can give me a nature check to kind of see.
Well, it is considered. Is it considered a beast as well? Is this more of a monstrosity?
Hold on.
Okay. I'll get in that.
It's a very large snail.
Well, I mean, spiders are considered beasts, so
It is not considered a beast for the purpose of what you're doing.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Alagos, you're eyeballing this thing to see if it's hostile at all, but as far as you can tell, it just seems to be doing its thing. It's kind of like feeling out the ground and the plants around it as it goes, and it stops for a second and kind of like probes the trail as if it's like feeling around, and then it just slurps across the road. And it seems to be making its way across.
Well,
Do you guys like stop in your tracks when you see it, or do you like get closer?
I think
I'm
we
really
should just let it
attracted
pass.
to its shell, but I don't want to get near it.
I'm kind
Everybody
of.
was talking at once.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's do it again.
Fucking awesome. I mean, it seemed like you guys were just, not wanting to get near it. Is that the consensus, or does anyone want to interact?
No,
I
reason to
will-
stir up trouble.
I will kind of go like. I want to sneak around it like about 20 feet, and I want to cast Speak with Animals on myself.
Okay. You get a little bit closer to it, and it kind of like turns a couple of its appendages your way in acknowledgement, and then it, goes back to ignoring you. And you cast your spell. Do you say anything?
What
you doing?
It doesn't seem to react or answer. It's just like slurp, slurp, and then it gets.
Its butt?
I mean, you go up and touch its butt, and like it seems to like flinch almost, like a reactive withdrawal, but it doesn't seem to overreact. But it does like reach one of its appendages behind itself and go to like touch you with it.
Oh my goodness, I run away.
It kind of like flinches back when you start running away, and then it just turns around and starts feeling a tree.
If it's off the path, I say we should continue.
I
No
tried.
reason to-
Yeah, this thing is the size of like a sedan, probably.
Mhm.
But it doesn't seem to be hostile. So
Yes,
the caravan just starts moving again. The rabbits are kind of eyeballing it, and one kid goes over and like starts edging towards it, like it's gonna touch it.
Don't you
Don't
touch
do
it.
that. Don't.
It kind of jumps when you say something, and he runs back to the crowd, and they get moving.
If we had a lighter load, we might have been able to hunt it, see if its shell was worth anything. But
Hunt it.
there's many creatures out here. There are shells or fur.
Will not be harvesting any snail shells in this forest.
I really want to. It's so shiny.
No,
Please.
I think you two are the last two that get to
the rangers.
decide on what happens.
Fine.
Simply the natural cycle of things.
What did you say, Alagos? You're kind of fuzzy.
He is.
I know, I'm a moth.
Oh, dang it. I did it again.
Walked right into that.
All I said was, you two are the last two that should be giving directions on what we do.
says a passing rabbit folk. Other one's like burn, and then they do a palm slide and a fist pound.
Don't you mean paw pound?
I mean, they have thumbs. It's hand, paws, whatever.
What?
They smack feet.
Yeah. They smack feet. That actually makes a lot of sense.
I imagine two of them like leaping in the air and just like hitting, like colliding the feet and doing backflips.
Yeah, like somehow, like some people like to, jump in the air and then click their heels together. It'd be like that, but with, a high five kind of thing. But yeah, other than minding its own damn business and showing mild curiosity whenever you're, close to it, this thing doesn't seem to be hostile in any way. Or even that active. It's just slurping along. You do notice that like the grass is eaten where it passes, so it does seem to be eating just whatever it crawls over.
And I guess as we pass in insect common, I will say, be careful out there, my friend.
Very well. It shows, mild reaction, but it doesn't. It doesn't. You can't really read it. You know what I mean?
No, I got you.
And the party moves on. Into the midday, the rabbit folk want to stop and cook a meal. And they ask, is there any way we can get someone to try and gather some supplements? We do have plenty of food, but it would raise morale if we could get something more palatable.
On it.
You're on it? All right.
I'll follow Duke.
Okay. So the brothers, the brothers go off alone again. I'm just kidding. Nothing terrible was going to happen, probably. Go ahead and one of you give me a survival check with advantage. Or you could each give me one.
Hold on, Dirk. What's your advantage? Why is this frozen? Oh, come on. I'm having body issues.
Oh, no. Oh, he's got to poop.
Did I make a post?
Oh, no. I have a 3.
I've got a 2, so
I'll do it with advantage. Did not roll with advantage. Gosh dang it. I have to roll again.
Can't even see your roll. I don't know what is happening.
Either. It's that slow. Okay, let's try. I'm really focusing on this. My life depends on this.
Oh shit.
Goodness.
Wow.
Your life is terrible.
Wow.
Well,
This
you
is
find
how, but what could have happened? Well,
Ow.
You find some really dank looking mushrooms. And there's probably only enough to feed like 1 or 2 people with it.
I have my cook's utensils. I don't know if I could try and spice up the meal with what we have.
Oh yeah,
Well,
spice up
I mean,
the 1 to 2 person meal.
That represented about a half hour of foraging. If the twins would like to try again, you can spend another half hour.
E, do you want to roll it again?
Should he?
Okay, I'll roll it then.
I know it's a higher bonus and all, but
you do it with bonus.
Yeah, see,
Oh
look
my
at
gosh.
that. Night and day. Yeah. Well, you actually come across a somewhat familiar scent. You've smelled this before. That smells like figs. And you go and follow your nose, and sure enough, you find a fucking fig tree in bloom. I mean, well, fruiting.
I found a big tree.
Yeah, and you manage to forage a good amount of figs, enough to spice up a meal. Who gets the dank mushrooms?
Sounds like turtle food.
And Dirk.
Would I have any? Would I know of a way to prepare mushrooms to possibly remove them of poison? Say, like, you cook them for long enough or something.
I mean, they just seem to be fresh and ready to eat to these guys. Is the thing. That's why I asked them. So they're gonna go ahead and eat those and deliver the figs. Because they rolled really shitty. Go ahead and give me Constitution saving throws.
Oh.
From the trash pandas. If you have like poison resistance or something like that, it applies.
Wow, I
really?
Wow.
Would you like to follow that up for me, Calvin?
I thought my stomach was bad.
Turtle, these mushrooms are.
That's a charisma saving
That
throw.
was a charisma save.
You need a con save.
Oh no, that's the worst.
He was trying to charm his way out.
Yeah. All right.
I know I'm not
Turtle. These kind of taste like shit. But you eat them and you're like, that's pretty good shit. And Dirk, I mean, you are, how do I say this? Tripping balls.
Oh my gosh! Everything in the room is
or later, your eyes are dilated to the size of quarters and or silver pieces. What am I saying? And the colors just seem to be blending, and everything is just so funny. What's that?
So regular Dirk.
Yeah, like regular Dirk, but even more obnoxious. And you're considered poisoned until I say otherwise.
I can use protection from poison.
Oh, I do have that.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
don't.
it's fairly easy to see that something is off with him. So, you could choose to do something about this.
Well, actually, I don't. I have detect poison. That's all I have.
Oh, shit. Should have used that. Or what?
I said, or, hear me out. We let this one ride out.
I need some validity with this thought.
Turtle, the trees are speaking to me, and they're talking in Minotaur.
What are they saying?
Roar!
Then in the distance you hear a roar.
Oh my gosh!
All right, it's distant though.
I go and tackle Dirk.
Get off me! Get off me! Don't take my blood!
And I try to pin him down.
Did I eat poop?
Do I just roll a strength for that?
To hold him down, yeah.
Oh, do I need to roll a strength as well?
If you're trying to break free.
Yeah,
yes.
because I'm like tripping at this point, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know if you've ever taken mushrooms, but it's not like you've lost your mind, but everything is overly funny, and you got like some swirls going on in your vision, and you have disadvantage on all checks. And save.
Oh, should I roll that again?
Yeah, with disadvantage.
Yeah, because you're poisoned. However, you already failed. So, yeah, you managed to hold his ass down. He seems to be flipping out momentarily.
Okay, I try to give him CPR.
All right, he goes in for the mouth to mouth, snoot to snoot.
I immediately barf as he goes.
Is there a way that I can roll for the effectiveness of this?
Can I roll a Constitution save on how much I barf on this?
I mean,
Oh,
it's not necessary. I don't think. It's just gross. You have a gross moment, and like everyone else, is tolerating it and probably having their own conversation in the background while you guys are wrestling. I can see the animation right now.
I'm like barfing all over Turtle. Oh, this is normal.
Yeah, well.
And I'm just sitting there watching this happen.
Turtle, hold my ears!
Walk around and find out with those nat ones, man. I tell you what.
Hey, Lesk, you want to bet on who wins?
As entertaining as that would be, I think we're going to probably need as much help as we can get on the road ahead.
So what do you?
I cast protection from poison.
Okay, and protection from poison specifically.
So
works.
If they are poisoned, it will neutralize the poison, and for an hour, not concentration, they have resistance to poison damage.
Okay. So you snap out of your stupor and in mid vomit, and you're like, what the hell?
That was fun. We should do it again.
No.
I don't think we should.
Well, you do remember where those mushrooms were, but you picked them all, so.
I got a 17 for intimidation, so I'm pretty sure I persuaded him. We're not doing that.
Well, cool. Yeah, I generally don't make you roll, like mental skills against other players, but it's good to know that you're good at that. So,
I'm terrible at it, actually.
Well, apparently not, because what you're good at, you're actually terrible at. So,
I'm the worst.
You're great. So traveling down the road after lunch, a couple more hours go by, and it's starting to be like early. It's still early afternoon, like 2:00, and you see that the webbings start to expand and get closer to the road, and indeed it starts to thicken up, and ahead of you guys you can see it forms a barrier across the road, and you can see a couple of carts and other odds and ends and some cocoons all kind of like stuck together in it. The tricky thing is, like, getting around it would be rather difficult. The ground level webs seem to be all over the place, and the hedges and flora in the area is rather thick.
Well, I was thinking about this, and I'm wondering if I can use spiritual weapon and just imagine it as more of a slashing weapon rather than a hammer, in order to have it float up above and attempt to start cutting away at some of these webs.
Now wait, before you do it.
Yep,
webs hold tension. Tension sends the vibrations to the spiders, signifying that there's food at the other end of the line. You don't want to slash something that's too hard in the tension area. You want to cut the ones that are, like, loose.
I already know. We've been attracting the spiders every time we
might
touch the webs.
kill something.
I was going to be very careful when it came to cutting the cocoon. I was going to simply try and get the barrier to basically fall down.
Any ideas from Jody?
But I don't know if there's any way to do this without attracting spiders.
Can we use a torch to burn a path through the middle of it?
Are you muted?
Well, that's gonna burn the whole thing. No, he's just.
Oh,
really
you
quiet.
probably muted him.
Oh, I haven't muted yet. Okay.
Oh, I don't think
Hurricane Ward.
burning would work very well.
10 foot tall torch.
This is the forest, you know.
You can try it.
Oh, before you do though, there are obviously cocoons like we saw that contained the simian and the catfolk. There could be more unconscious people that fell victim to this web lying in wait. If we were to just fling them around carelessly in the wind, they could get hurt and die.
Yes, but if we take too long, we could end up in those cocoons as well.
I mean, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to save everyone in this forest.
Some may die.
That's a risk I am willing to take.
Yes, we know.
God has spoken.
Oh yeah.
I too would like to save everyone, but in this circumstance, we cannot afford to lose what we have. We need to hit fast, we need to hit hard, and we need to run.
Now,
well, as I see it, I don't think we'll be able to outrun that big spider that they
You
were
know-
talking about. They have webs all throughout these trees.
Junior is kind of listening to you guys debate about like the best way to handle this, and he kind of hears you talk about your wind abilities, Algos, and he says, "Well, I know. I mean, I'm the first one to vote against using fire here, but if you can control wind and put out fire, then that might be a very good option to consider."
I can also do a bit of wind magic.
I know these webs are super flammable. The trick is just making sure that it doesn't spread to the trees, because like I'm honestly scared shitless that they're gonna wake up and fucking murder us.
So, do you know the velocity of web catching on fire, like the speed and rate of that?
No.
Even if
I'm
we do
thinking it's
burn,
fast.
Oh, let's
even
test
if
the
we do
theory.
burn down,
And I
if you're going to do something, I'm going to stop you.
I'm gonna overtalk all of this.
Starts wrapping a fucking arrow in cloth and dousing it in oil.
Oh my, okay.
Wait, you don't even have oil. How are you lighting arrows on fire?
We
I
have
have a torch.
torches.
Well, that's right.
You're just lighting the end of the stick on fire.
Yeah, that doesn't exactly constitute a fire arrow.
No,
That's why we
they're
throw it-
strapping the torches to the arrow.
We're creative.
Firing a torch from the bow. All right, well, yeah. I need a working plan, something that you'll actually move forward with.
Either way, if we mess with these webs, the spiders are gonna know. And if it's a large spider, there's no way our group will be able to outrun any of them.
Don't worry, I have a plan for that.
But if there's a fire, won't they get caught in the fire of the web?
If we let it spread. If they catch on fire, they're going to go running all over the place. They could spread the fire to more webs. And then how are we supposed to control it?
We need a firewall. I've heard of these things from the future. This thing called the interweb.
We don't need more webs.
We shut
I
down
don't
the
like web.
servers.
Game illusion breaking lore aside. My
I
plan
really don't know.
is the hurricane ward to blow a path right through the middle, and then as we go through, whenever we see it, create another hurricane ward to block the path, so that if it tries to go through, it's going to have a hard time.
To be honest with you, I have no idea what you're suggesting here. What's going to have a hard
the
time?
description of the big spider?
So basically, I was going to use the hurricane ward to blow a path through the middle of the web. We hightail it through. Whenever the spider shows up, I make a hurricane ward across the road so that it blocks it from reaching us if it comes from behind or, whichever direction it's coming from.
Well, the
Their
warding
network.
wind spell is not actually strong enough to stop a creature from crossing it. It'll stop projectiles.
How far is the nearest tree? Like, really good, sizable tree that I could probably peer around.
You could what?
I could
Look
just
around.
climb up with no web issues.
Oh, I mean, they all have web issues. In this area, the web is lowered. It's covering the lower branches as well.
This is
You've
probably
reached a
been,
dense point of the forest.
this has probably been the spider's territory for years. There's
Well, I mean, we
millions of webs.
couldn't have been years. I mean, we got traders down this road as early as... Oh, it's been a few months, I guess, since we've got any traders.
Still.
That was around the same time everything started going to shit. Our luck just ruined everything.
I say it's better to get it on purpose than to let it sneak up on us. I say we leave the rabbit folk a little bit down the trail and come back and fight it head on. And then take our
I
time
agree.
seeing if we
I
can
do
get rid
have-
of these exact things.
Junior says, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Spoken like a goddamn warrior. Come on, guys. They're going to fight this fucking spider for us. They're going to clear a way for us. Everyone give them a hand. And they're like, yeah, the fucking heroes are going to do it. And they're cheering and clapping and backing the hell up.
Well, they seem to like
Immediately torch a web.
If you go to torch a web, then I will gust of wind and push you into that web.
Okay, so unknowingly, I had rolled a stealth roll, and
Okay. Yeah,
and
I see that.
I basically go to the edge, staring at everybody, and happen to drop my torch on the edge of the web.
I mean, what web? Are you talking about the barrier?
Yeah.
Okay, the barrier was like a good couple 100 feet up the road still. You actually like leave the party and go over to do that?
Yep, while I'm staring at them the whole time.
Cool, yeah. He just quietly, while everyone's like arguing about a plan, and then the cheering happens and he's just gone. And a lit torch makes contact with the base of that their web, and it starts burning.
Okay, well,
Something
run
like
back to the
it was
party.
dry grass.
okay,
And
wow.
yeah, I mean, you guys don't notice at first. That's a pretty good stealth roll. And then like starts getting bright. And then like the ones with higher passive perceptions would notice, and you look, and the other ones are like still talking, cinematically.
I'm
and then
running
like,
back to the party
there's
like, help,
a
help,
big-
help.
deep screech and a bunch of little screeches, and everyone notices all at once as Dirtle starts running back towards the group. A large hatch made of web pops open where Dirtle thought that it was ground, and a huge spider reaches out and attempts to impale him on long spiked limbs. Allow me to make an attack of opportunity against you with this spider. I believe some of you are familiar with this particular spider, as I have used them before. Because I love them. I love them.
Very familiar with this spider.
I'm having Shadow Star flashbacks of the desert.
Flashbacks through me.
Not the desert ones again.
And he's going to make an attack.
Oh my gosh.
And, he rolled a magical 14. What's your armor class?
15.
Hey.
Yeah, 15.
Your AC is 15, you said?
Yep.
Oh, hold on a second. The creature is considered a surprise target for both attacks. He gets 2 attacks.
That's not cool.
Yeah, the second one's going to be at 26.
Is that
That's not nice.
Oh, it's an 18. Okay, not an at 20.
It's going to deal 7 piercing damage. And you are not considered... Wait.
It only does stuff if it crits or both attacks hit, it looks like.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I'm going to post this. This is its reaction, the trapdoor ambush. If one or both attacks hit, and the target is a medium or smaller creature, then the sand spider and the target engage in a strength contest. If the creature wins, it can immediately move 5 feet away from the sand spider. If the contest results in a tie, the creature is grappled. Escape DC 15.
Oh my
So,
goodness, this is
why don't you
scary.
go ahead and give me a strength check?
I don't want to. Can I do Bardic Inspiration?
I believe you can inspire yourself, yeah.
Oh.
But I think, I don't know. Does anyone know that?
I don't see one.
I believe that is a higher level feature.
Please hold. What is this break brought to us by, Calvin?
This break is brought to you by Dirk and Dirtle's podcast, where we talk about the most randomest events here in the Call of the Beastlands, and we give you goblin tips and best songs of the day.
Cool.
It does say it has to be other than yourself.
Yep, I'm reading that now. You cannot inspire yourself, so give me that strength check.
I don't want to. I'm sad.
I mean, you keep doing stuff that puts you in a situation, buddy.
That is part of my character. I'm just living it up.
You're about to be dying it up.
Oh my god,
Oh
you
my
beat it.
gosh.
Nice.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, he fucking stabs you and it just grazes you. You lucky son of a bitch. And you manage to stumble away from it.
The nerve.
You really want me to die.
The fucking nerve on this rodent.
It's fucking
Balls of
trash.
steel.
We have a podcast to do tomorrow. I can't die yet.
So before we continue, the barrier is like completely ablaze.
It is. I mean, it's starting to be. The fire is going to spread at a rate that I am determining.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm going to need like initiative checks.
Yeah. I'm just more curious as to. So were there cocoon sacks like we saw the people in there?
There are differently sized ones. Like, could be people, could be animals.
Okay. Is that I wanted to know that before it was my turn.
But like, you don't know if any of them are alive or not. So.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone here?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if my
It's really quiet.
thing is up here. So I can click on the table. Do you even have a table up?
It's up now.
Okay.
Our tokens on the map apparently are all gathered right here.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Oh, crap.
These are full of
Nice.
all our old initiative.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I think Calvin is yours.
Oh.
Yeah, Josh will have to put it in manually.
One good roll.
Not as good as mine. It's not every day you escape the grasp of Shibolba.
7.
I rolled it 7 there.
Yeah, because everyone's still on newbs-luck, so.
It's like we never even left.
It's like, just like. Where's everyone? Oh yeah.
My house?
To turn. Okay, so Dirk, what was it?
Credit, but
Very
whatever.
nice. Dirtle. Dirtle. Alagos.
Yes.
What was your initiative?
12.
I will disconnect Turtle.
Lesk, what was your initiative?
19.
Turtles was 9.
Hello, Turtle?
I don't hear you. All I
There
hear
you
is
are.
screeching spiders behind me.
Well, there's for that. What was your initiative? I guess I
9.
just looked.
It was 9.
9.
8!
Okay.
In the words of Hitler.
Dirk, this terrifying giant spider, is now trying desperately to stab your brother in the back as he flees in your direction. It has abnormally long forelimbs and such. And Dirtle, you're like right there. Is that the right amount of hit points for you, Dirtle?
What's currently there? Yes.
19? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right, so Dirk, yeah, go ahead.
Would you have not rested at that point?
Well, no, I've taken damage twice since then.
Oh, that's right.
Because he's a bad panda.
Yep, that happened.
Oh, you put me at the bottom of the initiative?
Oops. Bad.
Yeah. There we go.
Dirk.
Yes. I
think you guys are actually even further away, honestly, because of what was happening. Ignore the drain completely, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how far are we at this point?
You guys have this conversation a couple 100 feet away, so we're actually putting you pretty close to the edge of it.
So I'm Gosh, I can't remember how to roll.
It's
on
Recon.
Yeah.
Should be like. I'll go ahead and him this time. Yeah. Probably about there.
Still in range of my window.
Yeah, you got like a really good range with that.
Could you draw where the barricade is?
Yeah, sure. Looks good.
All right.
Dude,
Shoot him with an arrow. Test some loss rates with it. 17.
17. That is going to hit. From
It's got to do a strength save throw.
Does that work on cubed creatures?
It really doesn't say that at all. It says the attack must succeed on strength saving throw against your spell deceive or be moved up by the swarm up to 15 feet horizontally in the direction of your choice.
Could you post that again real quick for me?
Oh, it's not unless I'm just reading it off of whatever the D&D wiki thing says.
Oh, shit.
What ability is it called?
It's just on one of my turns, I can use the swarm to assist me in the following ways. Immediately after you hit a creature with attack, I can add 1d6 piercing damage. I can move the strength with a successful strength saving throw. I can move it 15 feet horizontally, or I can move myself 5 feet back.
So I guess it would be a part of your swarm. So what's the swarm ability called?
Gathered swarm.
Gathered swarm.
Oh, that would be under subclass, would it not be?
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, well, it's gonna try and attack with the swarm. So I'll go ahead and roll that. Is it a strength saving throw?
Yeah. That's easy, though, unfortunately.
Not when you're rolling that one.
Oh.
I'm gonna follow that up real quick and make sure it's not really bad for him. Oh, it is though.
Oh,
what?
Doubling that one?
Yeah, it was a double net one, not a triple.
That's
a double.
Fantastic.
So
Ow.
this spider gets hit with the arrow and it barely notices it, but like suddenly a shit ton of bees start swarming its eyes, and wasp start swarming its eyes and stinging the crap out of it, and it seems to spook it, and it knocks it back into the flaming barricade, and is considered trained for the moment and on fire.
At that point, I literally look at Alagos and goes, "Who wants to high five on that? Yeah!"
That was pretty crazy.
And Andy comes up and gives you a high five.
Andy's, not trying to get in the way of those arrows, and the bees crawling all over you. Wasp. Is that it for Dirk?
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do at this point.
All right, let's go.
I'm going to be dashing twice. Or not, or just dashing.
Yeah.
Used to being a rogue.
And you just start running towards him. I feel you.
Yep.
I'm feeling a little bearable myself that I can't just run in and maul it.
What's that voice?
Champion.
Let's see. As a bonus action, though, I'm going to summon my spiritual weapon 60 feet in front of
me. Go ahead and... God damn it.
You know, this kind of makes me want to look up like actual spiders on how to get through the webbing so well.
Those
little tiny hairs that are covering them. Because they solve this stuff too. They have such tiny hairs that they feel any tiny crack in them.
Have you seen Spider-Man?
It's also when spiders make their webs, some strands are sticky and other ones aren't, and they remember which ones are not sticky and they don't want to be ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh, didn't you go to spider school?
I mean, it's my job. I'm the DM of goddamn Beastlands. Anyway.
No, I was joking.
How goes Dustwing?
Flies away. No.
Flies away where? There's webs above you.
Yes.
Into a web.
Boss is stuck.
I'm going to shoot my longbow.
Sure. All right, that is going to hit with a 24 for 8 piercing damage. Anything else for Alex?
You know what? Screw it. I'm going to action search and shoot it again.
That's gonna miss, or it's gonna glance off of it and break, doing no damage. So, anything else from Alex?
No.
Turtle.
I'm having some difficulties, but I'm just gonna dash as far as I can, close to the party.
Okay. That's
And at the same time scream.
yeah, it's 60 feet. So. Go ahead and move your token.
That's where I'm having technical difficulties right now.
I'll do it.
Thank you, voice in the sky.
Like, I'm running away. Cool. Then the sand spider's gonna go, and he's on fire. He's gonna take fire damage equal to numbers.
Like numbers.
And he is going to attempt to free himself from the webs. Herself, really. Really of it, not really posing much of a problem for being angered as it is. It's an action.
Be like freedom of grapple or something, would it not?
When the target is restrained by webbing as an action, there's random target. Okay, so that was an action. So it's going to use its movement, which isn't great, and it's going to start charging towards you.
I found the best sense.
And it's going to stick its legs into the ground, and a plume of dirt goes up as it starts digging. It's quite smart, but
What's the
next?
status of the webbing now?
It's pretty fucked. It's starting to burn away, and it's spreading to some of the trees nearby, and the barrier looks almost traversable. It ignites very fast.
What about the stuff that was contained inside it? Like you said, for carts and stuff?
I mean, what ends up happening is the web burns off of it really quick, and it takes a little bit of fire damage, but it's not likely to catch on fire unless it's like dry wood. You might have to put out a couple little fires if you're trying to save some salvage. So,
what about like the cocoon-looking things?
they seem to be burning away, and your perception check, I guess. You're still pretty far away from it.
Non-natural 20.
It seems so far to be pretty corpse-like in there. Anyway, Toady, it's your turn.
Alright, well, since my movement speed is 40, my dash is 80, right? Or is it still 60?
Your dash is it's like moving again, so yeah.
So I'm gonna do 80 feet.
Is that action dash or bonus action dash key point?
That's just my dash. That's my action. And then I'm gonna use a key point to do a secondary action dash.
And get up in there.
Way up in there. I just see how far that is from where I am now.
Oh.
Going to what? What was action? Bonus action, right? So you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Dirk.
I'm gonna go about 30 feet forward. Find my token. There I am. No, I can't even move it. Okay. And then I'm just gonna fire another arrow into the spider with another big blast of wasp.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that attack.
26 gold. Need another strength saving throw.
All right, another strength saving throw. That worked so well last time. 13 this time.
Okay, it did beat it that time, but
But
still
he
12
will be
damage.
taking that 12 damage. All right. Anything else for Dirk?
That's all I'm gonna do.
Let's.
Give me a second. I'm looking up lightning bolt beside that scroll. Is it? It's burrowed at the moment, though, right?
It's
Or
about halfway.
About to be.
about halfway. Okay. Okay, 100-foot line. Am I close enough yet?
No.
No. Well then I will probably just be double dashing, or just dashing and moving my spiritual weapon.
Okay. Do so. And the spiritual weapon can move 30 feet?
You can move 20.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, Alice.
One sec. Okay, it's not gonna reach. I guess I'll just dash. That's all I can do.
Dirtle. Seems like some of your friends caught up to you. Past you.
Just gonna continue dashing there.
You want to try and trip him?
No. I was just kidding.
Oh, it's just an attack of opportunity, I guess.
I try to untrip his tripping.
Okay, then. Is that it for Dirtle?
That would be.
Yeah.
So this spider continues growing at a frightening speed, and you lose sight of him. Yeah. Tody.
By the way, Toady, we can't hear you.
He's old.
Can you?
I mean, I have you muted.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear him?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Very barely.
You coming through?
Well, I'm not.
No. He's lighting up. It's just quiet.
Why? It's
Huh.
That's a bit better.
Yeah, that's better.
Sensitivity might be down on it.
Talk a little bit.
Oh, I'm turned back on to my noise. Apparently, I got turned off.
Well,
That sounds
we can-
so much better.
You clearly now, yeah.
Here, gosh, man, that's great. You turned off all that extra noise.
Damn.
All right.
And just like that,
Jeez, man.
Spider comes up with another trap hole.
Most savage joke of the game. Welcome to Beastlands.
Yeah, the
You know what,
brothers
Josh,
duo.
I think I can
The brothers duo is quite possibly going to be a brothers singular.
He's most likely underground.
Oh my.
How far
I
from
did
the
that, I did
like,
trip him.
popped out of that hatch?
The hatch was right about here, so he hasn't gone very far.
Hatch was where? Sorry, could you ping that one more time?
Right about there. It started catching fire was when he leaped out of it and attacked.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume this thing's no longer on fire, correct?
What?
The spider itself.
It is. It's taking fire damage.
Okay, I didn't know if it took fire damage again already or not.
Well, actually, just put itself out, having dug.
But right. Forgot.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna move my normal distance and wait for everybody else to catch up.
Okay. Do. Dirk.
Where is the caravan at this point?
You were right by it. It's on the edge of the map, basically.
Okay. I don't want to go too far. I'm still within range, but I will hold my attack till I see another opportunity to shoot an arrow into something.
We'll do. Lask.
Doing my normal movement and attempting to use gust of wind if I'm close enough to put out any of the fires that are spreading into the trees.
What's the range on that?
It is 60 feet. So I think I might be a slight bit too far away.
If you can get up, if you get up by that house, you're close enough.
Yeah, you're a little short.
Or should I be starting from my person or starting one way?
Starting from your person.
Yeah.
Is it in the line from you?
Yeah, it's a straight line, 10 feet wide.
Okay.
Or no,
so
10-foot radius. No, wait, that's shatter. Hold up. Yeah, 10 feet wide.
10 feet wide line. Okay, yeah, you won't be able to put the whole thing out with that. You're going to need help from Algos.
Yeah, but I can start on one side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm not quite close.
On another note, you can hear an unnatural creaking from the nearby woodland. Algos.
Mm-hmm.
Algos Dust Wing.
No, really all I can do is dash.
I fly away again.
That's all I can do.
All right. Dirtle.
I'm going. Hold on.
Oh, I just want to let you know that to make note that during these dashes, like the last 5 feet of each is flying.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, whoops. Hold on. That's not what I wanted. Primeval awareness isn't really going to help me right now.
No.
All I can do is just run 30 feet and then stop right next to Dirtle, and then I restring my bow. Oh, sorry. I stopped next to myself, and
yeah, and you restring your bow. Okay, I'll let you do that as an action. Okay, so it's now this spider's turn, and what happens is it pops up right in between Algos and fucking Toady, right out of the ground, and he goes and he stabs the shit out of you, or tries to.
Can I shoot an arrow at it now?
Indeed.
16. The pushing.
16 is going to hit. It's going to make a strength saving throw.
Dang.
Yeah, that's 11. That's going to succeed because you got a DC of 9.
All 10.
10? Oh, went up that one. Nice. Anyway, it's going to try and stab shit out of the two of you. First one against Algos. It's going to be 23 to hit. 12 piercing damage. Actually, it doesn't usually try to attack two people with the legs. He's going to attack Algos twice with the legs. Let me 18. What's your AC?
17.
17, so he hits you with both. Okay, so standard damage is going to be 19, even 2 hits, but when he hits you with both, he deals an extra 1 plus 5 piercing damage. So let me roll that.
Can I use my inspiration to make him reroll one of those attacks at disadvantage?
Yes, you may. I'll reroll the last attack with disadvantage. Say thank you.
Thanks.
You got 15. So you only take 12 points of damage.
Cool.
And he's going to rear back to the other side and attempt to bite the nimble mantis, missing with a 11. You guys are so lucky. Actually, I almost fucked up out of that.
Yeah, if that second attack actually would have hit, yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah, that's when you actually get impaled and do a lot of damage. Anyway, no, you got scratched, and it's making it stand right here now.
I know what happens when you get impaled.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, anyway, that concludes his turn. Toady. You are considered flanking this creature. You have advantage on attack rolls.
I'm gonna, and then bonus. I'm gonna roll arms. So yes.
Make a. Okay. So that's gonna hit. On your character sheet.
Talking about where he's just constantly rolling advantages here.
No, I mean that part's fine. I want him to start rolling damage with it, so let's just him on that.
Gotcha.
Which is in here somewhere.
It should just be the cog.
Auto roll damage. Okay, there we go. So yeah, go ahead and do your scythe arm damage, which is going to be 1d6 plus 5.
Are they considered slashing?
They are.
Nice. Nice.
It's going to be 11 points of damage from a scythe. And Dan.
Good.
Dexterity throw.
Which is 1d4 still? Or is it 1d6? I don't even know.
I thought that increases with level.
It does. There's no levels. It goes up. I think it's 1d6. So I need 18 on his dexterity saving throw. So is that half damage? No damage. Follow us on all major social media, Discord, Twitch, and as always, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week.